should have probably angled that a bit better. Whatever. So, man. Woo! Put Pestzilla over here out the way. If you hear a zap, you know what that is. Might be a little bit too hot though for certain insects. Nope. No, it's not. So, I wanted to talk about something somewhat kind of related to the nonsense that's going on, but I was meaning to do like a weekly, like porch sermon type talk. That's I guess maybe a bit inspirational for folks, because there have been I guess somewhat of a desire for me to do something other than talk about G-Man, because I could literally make an episode a day about G-Man. It's that easy. So, okay, thank you, Agrippa. I'll check that out. Yeah, someone also tagged me in something, a True made a video, and I watched like 2 minutes of it, and I realized that's actually a video he uploaded ages ago. That's not a new video. He is so lazy. I guess he thought I forgot that, because it's the same clips. It's the same fucking clip in the same series, the same posturing and everything. And I was like, this sounds, and I thought about it, I was like, this is the part where he has a Skype thing. Oh, yeah, he showed the Skype thing. So, I'm not even going to respond to that, because if you're fucking lazy and you don't even want to create new content, and you're saying that you're replying to somebody or responding, make some new fucking content, you lazy bitch. So, you know, I say the same. Yes, I do say the same thing, but I make good points. That's the difference. Should you be at work? So, I just got done listening to Shanny's, what we call Hurricane Shanny. That was a lot of emotion, that was a lot of emotion. I like it, because that raw passion, even though I disagree emphatically with every fucking thing, I like it. Righteous indignation, I like it. Makes the dick hard. But so let me explain a few things to folks. When I say I don't have empathy, I mean empathy was literally stripped from me. Okay, so I've talked about this, because I know people get tired of hearing about the military. If you don't want to hear about the military, turn this the fuck off right now, because I'm going to go into the military. So, so it's funny. Yeah, Hannah, it's weird. It's weird. If you look at a lot of Eve's comments, they seem to pop up when there's a certain topic or person being discussed. You'll kind of catch on to what I'm saying about that. Trust me, I've noticed that, and a few other people noticed that too. But so, in order to be an effective medic in the United States military, you cannot feel for people. You cannot feel the disgust for, you know, whatever entrails that might be strewn about in front of you. You can't feel for your enemies being shot in the fucking face. You cannot feel for them, because that distracts you from doing your job. So, we found out decades ago, when medics would go in and lose their fucking minds, is that you have to indoctrinate your medical services. I know it's a contradiction of sort. You have to have bedside manner. That is why there's actually, if you look up, and this is a fun thing to do, is it takes 2 seconds. If you look up 68 Whiskey, 68W, United States Army, there's actually 2 titles. There's actually 2 names for that. There's the healthcare specialist, and then there's the combat medic. Now, some of you might wonder, well, why is that? Every other, 28 Lima, or 11 Bravos, 13 Charlies, they all have, it's infantry, mortarmen, they all have one name. But we have 2. That is because we serve 2 different functions. We serve in the hospital, in the green zone, and then we serve in the field, in the shit. Okay? So what you have to end up doing is being able to strip away your feelings and compassion for others. Because you can't have that distracting you from your goal, which is to render care. If they're in pain, they're in pain. But we ended up learning a phrase, and I will never forget this phrase: trauma is sexy. And you have to kind of kind of contort your brain and your understanding around what happens. And Shanny, from what I understand, Shanny, you are a washout. Okay, if you don't know what a washout is, folks, you go through the initial 2 weeks of just being processed in, and you don't even last that long. You were never in the military. That's being a washout. Sorry, Prudent was also a washout. That's why we laugh at him. Okay, you were never in the military. So after having completed your indoctrination, you do have that mentality forever. That's why it's indoctrination. That it doesn't work. Well, you know what, Shani, I would love. You know what, Shani, I will take you to every VA around the fucking country, and you tell all those veterans, well, you're not in the war zone anymore. Stop all that PTSD. You're not, man. Why are you? Why are you guys freaking out? It's just fireworks. That's not how that works, Shani. That's not ever how it's going to work. I figured I wouldn't have to explain that to people. But evidently I do. You can be passionate all day, but Shani, that was fucking dumb. That was absolutely fucking dumb. I hate fireworks too, Jim. I don't like fireworks. I don't like Memorial Day. I don't like Veterans Day. Guess why I don't like those days, folks? So, when I say I don't have compassion for people who don't have compassion, I realize I've been around cold motherfuckers. I've been around dudes that have spoken calmly about putting bullets through people's heads and seeing the red mist, as they call it. Seeing people turned into red mist. Those are some cold motherfuckers. Okay? I know what it's like being around those people. And I know what it's like being around G-Man. G-Man doesn't have their experiences, but he lacks the empathy that they also lack. I didn't just say that just to fuck with G. I didn't say it just to be mean. No. There's a certain look. There's a feel. And I can't explain it to folks until you've experienced it. Until you know what the fuck I'm talking, where I'm coming from. Until you've actually been in that scenario, you don't know what I'm talking about. So you have to take it for face value. And people don't have to believe me. I don't expect people to. But for me, he lacks the empathy, just like many of the people I serve with. He just doesn't have it. It's probably something that happened to him. I don't know. But guess what? Even those folks know that I still have a family. I have to do something different. I have to do something to allow myself to be a productive member of society. And so it's crazy. It's crazy that for whatever reason, people are supposed to turn off their logic, what they feel, in order to coddle G-Man. Why? What do I gain from coddling him? What does anybody gain from coddling him? Nothing. At least if you coddle somebody with money, at least you might get paid. If you coddle a hooker, she might give you free sex. If you coddle the ice cream man, he might throw you a fucking pudding pop. If you coddle Bill Cosby, well, you know what you get from that. But it's crazy. It is crazy that for whatever reason, people, and this kept coming up, that everyone's supposed to feel sorry because G-Man's in the hospital. No, I don't feel sorry for him being in the hospital. I'm pretty sure I know how he got in the hospital too. Because the people, the evil atheists who he contacted, who don't have morality, and someone please explain that one to me. And I told one of them, is either one of two things. It was bacterial or it was musculoskeletal. Now, I knew it wasn't bacterial, and yes, folks, a bacterial infection can actually cause paralysis. Fun fact. He would have gotten progressively worse, and I've gotten a frantic phone call that he's probably having a seizure. So I knew it wasn't that. There's actually a third cause that can cause paralysis. Now I can't think of it right now, but two that I came up with was musculoskeletal or bacterial. It might have been viral. Might be. Is there? I don't know. Or someone will correct me later. So, it's funny that I already knew that there was something that was up with this, and I found it ironic because he had just told 13 heathens, well, the Reaper's coming, you better repent. When 13 told him, that he was going to be in the hospital. Funny how that worked out, isn't it? 13's out of the hospital. He's fine. He's doing good. And so now folks are upset that, well, 13's not too happy with G-Man telling him that. Again, there was at no point that G-Man feel any compunction about telling someone going into the hospital that he was going to meet his maker. Where was the compassion? Because mind you, there was no excuse for G-Man to do that. Because that entire video was made as an olive branch. And I even said, when all of us shared it, G-Man, this is an olive branch from 13 to you. I'm going to put my videos on hold, and I did. I put them on hold until that video came out. And so G-Man would have a chance to respond. And I already knew how he was going to respond. I already knew. It's weird that I knew how he was going to respond. It's almost like people being nice to him, like 13 tried to do, was shooed away. So, and I'm glad Shani brought this up. I'm not going to make this all about Shani and Rev and the stuff that they say, because they have their opinions. I know why they feel the way that they feel. I'm not completely averse to them having that position, but I'm giving my response because the chat would only allow me to do so much. But there was an interesting statement made about the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again. I completely agree with that. In fact, that's why I did the series. People being nice to G-Man, having unconditional love, has allowed him to continue to defame people and to denigrate them. That's the reason why, part of the reason why, he felt the need to say that to 13. Because I was like, he said, what? I was like, oh, really? Well, that's our response. I told you. And he said, you know what? Didn't say we didn't try. We didn't try to stop, put things on hold before I started Volume 2 to give G-Man a chance to say, you know what, let's stop this nonsense. He didn't want it. So why should people feel sorry for G-Man? I will legitimately want people to tell me why people should feel sorry for G-Man. Well, he did Gus's fundraiser because I talked him into it. That's why he did that. I agree. There are definitely acts of kindness that he has shown. I won't say that they don't exist. But if I burn down your house and bring you some flowers, that doesn't absolve you from burning down my house. And so the issue was brought forth that, well, why do people keep harping on everything in the past? No. People bring up the past because it shows that he has not actually apologized for anything. Him saying, oh, I'm sorry that happened. That's not an apology. I have literally never seen G-Man give a legitimate apology. It's always been, well, you made me do that, so I'm sorry that you made me do that. That's not an apology. I've heard him say, oh, if you were offended by that, then I'm sorry. That's not an apology. There is at no point that he is completely culpable for his own actions, and then he has genuinely apologized for it. Even that half-hearted fucking apology he gave for trying to bring my wife in the drama before I even started the series. Because what did he do right afterwards? He did it again. People who are genuinely apologetic and they understood that the things that they did was wrong, they don't continue to fucking do it. And people have. People have reached out to him. Mark's absolutely right. They have. And he has broken that olive branch every single time. He doesn't want to be read. He doesn't want kindness. He wants this anger. He wants this spite. And he's going to get this work. So people can be upset that I'm going in on G-Man. Hell, Vecco and Antonio both unfriended me on Facebook. They got so mad. Hey, not like I lost. I said the fucking average IQ on my Facebook just went up. So, and what's also funny about that is that I'm becoming pretty good friends with Vecco's brother, which I am glad because that's a smart brother. That's definitely a smart brother. Man, literally, I like talking to Vecco's brother. Ain't no loss to me. I couldn't even contact these cats. But you know what? I wanted to contact them and let them know, do you know your brother in Christ is in the hospital? Y'all should probably do something about that. Y'all should probably get together because y'all know you ain't got no damn health insurance. Come on now. But where has that been? Who was the first person that went live and told folks? Who stopped his series going in on him? Who helped announce it on TST so more people would know? So I don't want to hear shit about kindness. I shouldn't have did any of that. I should have said fuck him. That's what I should have said. I should have said fuck G-Man. Let him suffer. But no, still, just modicum, just a 1 iota, like G-Man, like an iota of kindness. He said, you know what? I'll relent. I'll relent. Why not? And so I did. So, yeah, sorry, I had the responses. I'm going to get off of here. Matter of fact, 13, I'm sorry. Put your watch link in here, because I had to get this off my chest real quick. It is crazy to me. You're done. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to step on your dick. It's crazy to me that people think that G-Man deserves kindness because very rarely does he show kindness to others. It's a big-ass wasp. I don't understand why he gets unconditional kindness. And it's busted dragging it, yeah. It's weird that no one else that he targets deserves kindness, but he does. Him being chastised for attacking people is one thing, and I applaud people who have the audacity to do it. Awesome. But that still don't change his fucking behavior. Because he can be chastised left, right, and center, but he don't change it. So why should people step outside themselves? Well, you know what? How about be the bigger person? No, I'm not a bigger person. I am a petty, spiteful fucking person. That's who I am. That is exactly who the fuck I am. And I'll explain why. And that's I wanted this to lead into understanding why. Because most people aren't like me. And Mrs. Drag can tell you that I'm a pretty petty fucking person. I grew up around a lot of petty and pious Christians. I learned from a young age that these people who are wrapping themselves in religion aren't who they claim to be. In fact, a lot of them are just using their religious beliefs to absolve themselves from any responsibility. Ever. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be really small. It could be Pokemon cards. Literally Pokemon cards. And their Christianity somehow protects them. That's what I see in G-Man. I see him doing that, and just on a larger scale. Xavier, basically people are saying that everyone should feel sorry for G-Man. People are wrong for thinking that this is what G-Man deserves. And I'm explaining why I'm one of those people. Even though I have technically shown him kindness by I've paused my series. I've let folks advertise on my channel that if y'all want to reach out to G-Man, contact MP and Hannah, and even now. So, G-Man is one of these people, and it's funny because, again, these are family members of mine. Christians, very pious Christians, very pious, snooty fucking Christians. And I've learned that this grand fate that supposedly controls everyone else's lives is bullshit. People will manipulate others under the guise of being religious, being your family, being close to you, whatever, however they can. If they can fuck you over, they're going to fuck you over. It don't matter. That's what G-Man's doing, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. This whole I'm a Christian victim bullshit is just a way for him to act as the terrible fucking person he is. Am I glad that he's in the hospital? Not necessarily. I'm apathetic toward it. He probably did something at one of his jobs, probably not lifting stuff the right way, and he probably fucked himself up. Probably years of just doing it the wrong way, honestly. That's what I honestly think. I don't think anything crazy happened to him. It's just bad form, improper form, not following OSHA regulations. So, but is there supposed to be this like outpouring for me when I see that in him? No, not at all. Not at all. Because I tell you, this whole scenario with me and being around family members like that culminated in me actually attacking my own cousin. I actually had a fight with my own cousin in the bathroom because I got tired of him fucking with me. Because I got tired of his mother telling everyone and myself that that he's such a godly child and he has his faults, but he's a child of God and people just need to forgive him and accept him for. That's the same shit I heard. Meanwhile, he's talking about scamming folks. Meanwhile, he's over here doing this, that, and the other that she has no idea about, mind you. But then it turns out she did know because people told her. My interpretation of what happened as a young teen. But I'm like, this guy has no scruples at all. Like, he's just this person of ill repute is being, exalted because he is some child of God. He's the Holy One. He's the golden child. He's just using religion to get over on folks. Now, he is a Christian. And mind you, a lot of this resentment has festered well over 2 decades with me and my cousin. We've since resolved that. We are adults now. I told him that I harbored a lot of resentment toward him, but now that we're adults, we're not teens anymore. It's done. And so I reached out to him, and he's accepted, and we squashed it, right? But there was an admission by him that he didn't have the best of character. There was even just a tacit admission was enough of him not to say, well, you this, that, and the other. There wasn't any of that. He didn't say, well, I was a shitty person. You're right. I didn't need him to do that. But just acknowledge that the issue was definitely caused by his actions. And that he does reflect on it and genuinely apologize for it. That's why we squashed it. Because he respected me enough to do that and understood enough about himself. And it didn't take him being put in a fucking hospital either. It didn't. It was over Facebook, of all things. He's in North Carolina. I'm in Texas, so we can't talk about it personally. That's still my cousin. I don't have to mend anything. I don't feel any compunction when it comes to mending things with family members. I'm actually quite averse to that, actually. And again, this is because I have very pious family members who hide behind religion to be shitty people, in my opinion. So how you doing? So what gets me about a lot of this is that people seem to not really get where I'm coming from with that. And if you have folks who feel as though they can do whatever they want to and hide behind any philosophy or ideology, what motivation is that for them to change? You see what I'm saying? There's no motivation for it. If G-Man knows that people are going to accept what he does and love him unconditionally, that's nothing. That gives him nothing to go on other than, well, what I'm doing must be cool. There's no reason for me to change it. It is absolutely abhorrent. I don't take that shit from my family members. Why should I take it from him? There's quite a few of my family members who don't want to talk to me. I'm pretty sure y'all know why. Because I don't take their shit. They can entertain whatever bullshit they want to entertain, but they know when they come around me, it's done. It's donezo. Well, Drag, you just shit on all your religious family members? No, I don't. My cousin's very religious. The cop, very religious. But he has respect. And let me define respect. He knows that I will restrain myself as much as he will restrain himself. And so he respects me enough to only go so far with whatever he wants to profess. Now, I'm not asking him to sacrifice any of his beliefs or to do anything out that might, make him question certain morals or cause him to be at odds with his deity or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. Because when you say respect with G-Man's version of respect is not doxing people. Well, I won't reveal personal information about you. That's me respecting you. Really? That's what respect is? Wow, were you raised by wolves? Are you serious? That's respect. And then, no, I didn't make that up, folks. He literally told me that. And I said, that's not respect, man. If you shouldn't have that in your pocket. That shouldn't be something that you... I'm like, so what? It's like, that's why I tell people know where I fucking live. Do you think that's something that's supposed to intimidate me? Do you honestly think that you can intimidate me or anyone? Maybe a few people. People who have really high-paying jobs and don't want to get tangled in bullshit, but Really? It takes a lot to intimidate me. And I mean, you're going to need a shiny new gun that makes bullet holes this big to intimidate me. And even then, that might not even enough to get my dick hard. So, let's cut the bullshit. If G-Man wants better conversations, if he wants to feel like he's doing something, then he needs to change his fucking approach. Listen to what the fuck I'm saying. He needs to change his approach. I didn't say he has to stop preaching against homosexuality, because for some reason that still comes up. That's like, oh, you guys are mad because he's preaching against Jade's sin. Look, if y'all are not in Jade's underwear 24/7, you don't know what the fuck Jade does. Point blank, period. If y'all are not literally in her vagina, you don't know what she's doing with it, do you? Are you in Holy Spackle's marriage? Are you laying in between her and her husband? You don't know what the fuck she's doing. Do y'all know what me and Mrs. Drag do? Yes, because I fucking tell you. And I could be lying about that. So, how about, if we're going to talk about some of these topics, how about you not make it personal? Because that's what I hear crying from people all the time. Hey, everything has to be personal, because you motherfuckers make it personal. You can talk about homosexuality and it being a sin without referencing what you think Jade or Christian anarchists supposedly, why? Why? There is literally no need. If they never told you their sexual orientations or supposed sexual orientations, why even make it a part of your discussion? Do you need to antagonize people in order to talk about that? No, you don't. Not at all. But you feel the need to. Well, I'm doing it for Jesus. And there we go again. Just because, please, I want people to really understand this point. I want people to really understand this point. I don't give a shit if you're doing it for Jesus. I don't give a fuck about you doing it because you have this particular ideology. I don't care. I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, you're still being a shitty person. I don't give a shit. You can fill yourself with as much nonsense as you want to and puff your chest out and get as mad as you want. I don't give a shit. You're still a shitty person. If people are upset that I'm going in on G-Man, then guess what? I'm going to use the same excuses y'all use. I figured folks would have caught on to that by now. Same fucking excuses. G-Man is who he is. Well, Dragnot's who he is. Why can't Dragnot be himself? Oh, because G-Man pretends to be some holier-than-thou-art motherfucker. That's why he gets to do the things that he gets to do. Oh, okay, well, you know what? Let me praise Almighty Bean Plant. Almighty Bean Plant. Should I be myself? Yes! Okay. Almighty Bean Plant said yes. Guess what? Now I have an excuse to be who I want to be. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Almighty Bean Plant has spoken. That's the part that I find humorous in all of this. Is that we're supposed to somehow undo all the shit that we've experienced as adults, all the shit that we have learned, because people want one mentally incapable individual to be coddled. For what? So he won't be upset? Was he thinking about Jade being upset? Was he thinking about her health? Was G-Man thinking about Holy Spackle's health? Was he thinking about Sabella's medical condition? Was he thinking about Christian anarchists? Was he thinking about me? Was he thinking about Mrs. Dragnot? Who was G-Man thinking about when he was making videos and attacking folks? Did he contact people privately? I don't remember that. When did that happen? You gotta show him compassion. This is me showing compassion. Tell you right here, I will stop the series. G-Man offered. I already know this ain't gonna happen, but I will put it out there, and I'll make good on my promise. G-Man offers a sincere apology for defaming the atheists and the Christian acts. No, that was right. The Christians he defamed, primarily Christians, and the atheists that he defamed. Because, mind you, it was atheists the ones who took his stupid ass to the hospital in the first place. If you can't tell, I'm a fan of Lewis Black. get a lot of my humor from him. The only Jewish man I like. Just kidding. Love you too, Sam. But it's crazy how he could sit here. He had yes, 13. He had an entire, like, how many videos did G-Man make? Think about this. Just think about this for a second, folks. I just want to touch myself thinking about this because the irony is so great. That's how great this is. How many videos did G-Man make about atheists not having morality? Then who the fuck took him to the hospital? Think about that for a second. How many videos did he say that atheists have no morality? How many hangouts did he join? How many times did he recite that bullshit? Hell, we even put it on the soundboard. He said it so many times. But who took his ass to the hospital? Who took care of his ass when he was in need? Man, it's almost like he's full of shit, isn't it? It's almost like he just runs his fucking mouth and people just eat that shit up. Whatever the fuck he says. MP and Hannah took his bitch ass to the hospital. They're the ones who helped take care of him and convince him that he needs to go to the hospital. How you think I found out? Two atheists. The atheists don't have any morality, but they got his ass to the hospital. The Black Hebrew Israelites didn't. I was asking them, people, where the fuck was Ken Jones at? Where the fuck is his boy Vacco at? We need to pray for Brother G-Man. How about y'all stupid asses start a fucking GoFundMe so he can recover some lost wages? Or, I don't know, pay for the time he was in the fucking hospital. How about that? Instead of talking about True's fucking GoFundMe to pay for some idiot to come on his fucking channel. How about that? This is what I'm talking about, folks. Actions speak louder than words. At the end of the day, G-Man punked out. He keeps claiming that he's about his business. He's a man of his word. But you know what? If I have an issue with someone's morals, I'm not going to allow them to come around me in my time of need. If I physically can't get up, why would I want people around me who have no morals? They might rape me. They might rob me. They might whoop my ass and leave me. They might kill me. If I legitimately think that this or these people have no morals, why would I allow them around me in such a precarious situation? Why? Just think about that. It doesn't make sense. It's almost like he's full of shit. It's almost like he's bullshitting people. It's almost like he gets on here and he starts fucking lying. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. And even now, I had an MD reach out to me to see what hospital he's going to so that he can talk to G-Man about his medical care. And I had somebody else contact me to see what they can do for G-Man. And these are evil atheists, by the way. Evil atheists that are somehow have no more. But they're reaching out to me to see what they can do for him. Think about that for a second. If you're wondering why I made that fucking series, that's why. That's one of the reasons. Because he's full of shit. Meanwhile, he's defaming them left, right, and center. He has no problem doing that. But he has no problem reaching out to him when he needs something. That seems like... I'm pretty sure everyone has family members like that. Oh, man. Oh, man. He had no problem. We all have family members. They never want to talk to you, when you have a family function or you're in town. But, man, they need some money. Oh, boy. They quick to throw up that GoFundMe, that Cash Me link. They quick to call you for that. That's G-Man. That's G-Man. He will shit on atheists until the cows come home. But man, when he wants something, he know you see who he called. Because trust me, I'm going to hold this over him forever. Because this shows exactly what I've been saying about him. This is exactly the type of person he is. He will talk so much shit about you, but man, when he's definitely going to reach out to. Evidently, he knew who to reach out to. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Incredibly weird. How you doing?
Howdy.
really weird how that works out. Because if I think that my neighbors are stalking me or my neighbors are plotting against me, am I going to go next door and get some sugar? I'm going to go there and I don't have enough sugar, my guy. Let me get some sugar. If I think that they're after me, no. I'm going to take my ass to the store. I'm going to go find somebody else. So why would somebody who has that truly has that mentality go to atheists? Craziness. Absolute craziness. So I had to get that out because I love the double standards. I love the everyone else needs to be a better person. I love all the excuses that I hear. I love it. I love every second of it because it shows me that those of us who are actually true to what we are don't have the problem. Because I can tell, and I've been very upfront with the fact that I don't really possess much empathy. But that's not something that I'm parading out there and say, well, you know what, fuck everybody. That's because I understand my faults. I understand what I need to work on. G-Man ignores that. How do you become a better person if you ignore your faults? I'm not saying that people shouldn't donate to G-Man, because some people are bleeding hearts. Oh, here we go. She's live again. All right, well, let's see what she has to say. If you want to donate to G-Man, go for it. I won't go as far as to say people shouldn't, but I'm making my case as to why I'm not. The only thing that I'm doing is what I've done so far is I've spread the word so people can make informed decisions. If you want to reach out, then,
No. It is an old ship. It would be destroyed. Okay. All right. There's your question. To drag. Millennium Falcon or USS Enterprise.
Millennium Falcon.
Which ship would take out the other?
Millennium Falcon. Enterprise can't maneuver.
Well, think wisely.
I'm not saying the Millennium Falcon would take out the Enterprise.
Heretics.
I'm saying that Han, in his skill, would be able to get it in there somehow and hijack the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, he's...
Well, Han Solo is dead, so...
That's blasphemy.
We're talking Fantasyland here, Shannon.
Yeah!
We're talking Fantasyland here, Shannon. You called her by her first name.
The time far, far away.
Exactly.
It's in the past when it happened. Star Trek's in the future.
Well, yeah, but it's a different galaxy.
Yeah.
So we're having the two...
Okay. They're actually having... That's an actual conversation I wouldn't mind having with them. That sounds fun. But anyway, if you want to help G-Man, folks, go help him. That's up to y'all. But contact not Hannah Anderson, Hannah Zubby. Hannah Zubby. Okay, let me clarify that. Or Nate Brody /MP. Deidre, I'm on. Is there something I'm supposed to be looking for, Deidre? What am I looking for here? The hell? I'm trying to read. Hold on, folks. Oh, okay. So you want me to support Satan? I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's... I'm not sure how much you want me to say publicly about that. Who's sending me tit pics? Who's it? Oh no, that's not. That's someone else. Who's doing that? Okay, hold on for it. I'm reading, folks. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure. What are they talking about?
No. Worf would take that hit. Worf would take that hit.
All right.
He's a Klingon.
Not a real Klingon.
Human.
Yeah, human.
You're human.
This is good. Welcome to Romantically Geeky.
Chewie rips arms off with his bare hands.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Whoever that was, that's right.
But Worf is a Klingon. He's stronger than that, man. He could take that.
Does anybody notice that Shani kind of forgets to pronounce her G's? I think I do too sometimes, but it's funny. Like she is like, so can I get a G? No, you cannot, Shani. No, you cannot get a G. It's something weird. Like it's not that you're wrong. It's so funny. It is so it makes her unique. That's what I like about it. It makes her. I have things to dislike about Shani, but that's what I really found unique about her, is that she does not pronounce any of her G's. Just listen to her. Just she doesn't do it. I don't know why. She just doesn't. But it's funny. It is funny. She says hang-outs, not hang-outs, hang-outs. It's like ah. Okay, so if y'all don't want to give to G-Man, there is someone else in need, and I'm not going to say who it is for various reasons. So I will get back to y'all on that, because it does look like somebody is actually someone. I mean, I like this person, man. Other people may not, but this person has helped out a lot of other people, and has actually helped me help out a lot of other people. So I would definitely encourage people to look past their dislike. But you know what? We'll see. I will update y'all on that once things are figured out. Once things are definitely figured out. I'm trying to figure out who all these people are on my Facebook. They're putting like videos of women with huge asses, like the kind of women Isaiah would love. When I mean like 30% of her body weight has to be her ass. There's no way. That's ridiculous. Jesus, who is this dude? When did I? Okay, yeah. On that note, folks, Shani's having a discussion on Star Wars versus Star Trek. Yeah, I might try and do a charity stream or something, but I got to figure out what's going on, folks. So, I do want to say it's not my cousin. My cousin has had her. For those of you who are wondering about that, they put my cousin in the ground Monday, so she's gone. So I have to find out what's going on with her kids and see what's going on with that, because I think there is an issue with trying to get custody of the kids. I gotta call my mother and ask about that and see, because I might see if there's some type of any surplus money is going into a fund for the kids' college or something like that. I don't know. I was not able to go to the funeral. It was way too it was like I found out like Thursday, and it was like the Monday after or something. So okay, I'm gonna contact somebody for the person in our community. This is about as much as I get upset about people in my family dying. Me and my mother are very similar. We don't shed tears for that. So Mrs. D took it pretty hard. She never got a chance to meet her. So she's good on that. So yeah, I just got reminded about that, because I told a few people about my cousin. So yeah, let me see what's going on with this person. So like I said, if y'all don't want to donate to G-Man or something, or whatever's going on with him, I don't blame you. But this person that does need help, they've been helping folks ever since, I've known them. So I would ask, and I will update folks later once I gotta go talk now and see what's going on with them. and I need to talk to him myself to see what's up. So it'll give me a chance to get, because they've given to me. So I'm definitely going to pimp the shit out of this. So, all right, folks. On that note, hopefully, G-Man takes this time, and I'm being absolutely real. All right now. All bullshit aside. I hope he really takes time to reflect upon shit, to reflect upon who it was that was informing everyone that he was in the hospital, who it was that was saying, you know what, we want to back off and allow people to, send him gifts and well wishes. I want him to really reflect on shit. I know he won't. I know he's not a big enough person to do that. But I'm opening the door yet again. I'm opening it today to let him know. We will see. If he decides he wants to say, you know what, I've been wrong. Even if it's just generic, you know what, I've been wrong. I've been going after folks. Maybe I need to change my approach. Maybe, this kind of made me reflect, and I'm going to back off and kind of reevaluate. So I would accept that. It's generic. It's not specific. It's just kind of whatever. I would accept that because at least it's a start. But I don't think he will. No. So the second he goes back to his typical self, I'm going in on him hard. So because obviously he didn't learn anything. So, man, question: when is the funniest and dumbest statement? Nestle asked Fiona, and I think Fiona, Crisper, maybe Jade. I think one of them has the document, like with all the quotes and the timestamps and the videos and stuff like that. You can look through that, and then find something pretty good for that type of project. So we'll see if G-Man reflects. But anyway, folks, I will keep you all up to date and abreast as to what's going on with this person once I find out what's going on with him, because now I'm kind of concerned because I didn't know there was something going on with him. So on that note, I will catch y'all later. I need a massage. That weight vest is heavy. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't be like G-Man. Or True. Be better. Be way better.